Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Jaja's Atelier. This is the 11th episode. I really have to thank y'all for watching and supporting. This will be the last episode for 2 weeks while I get ready for New York Fashion Week. I'm not going this year, but I will be covering it on through my Instagram and also through YouTube. So let's get into this fashion news and all these viral hot topics, honey. Let's go. Okay, guys, so what is going on? Is it just me or are the days going by like that? I did a quick beat today. It's been crazy. Like I said, I'm doing home renovations. I'm also, getting into my bag, picking up extra work with clients, and also a little bit into the real estate side of me. So that's what I've been doing and getting ready for New York Fashion Week. The first hot topic we have to get into is the living legend himself. Pharrell is covering the September issue of GQ magazine. I really thought that this was appropriate. I'm glad to see him on the cover. He's wearing who else but Louis Vuitton. I know people hate when you say that, but I think it's cute. The photographer was, let me look here in my notes, Fanny Ladder Lambert. He was styled by the editor. I want to say his name, but I know I'm going to fuck it up. So we'll just call him Mobo Voodoo. I think that's how you pronounce it. I will be Googling that later on. In the magazine article, they talk about how, the magazine, the people that worked for the magazine got to a behind the scenes look at how he created his most recent menswear collection for Louis Vuitton, which, by the way, was the biggest menswear collection of the house ever. The biggest menswear collection. So many different looks, so many different pieces, and it's so well put together. I mean, that collection is definitely going down in the history books, and it was such a moment for the culture, I think, too. And just to see everybody come out, we haven't seen Beyonce at a front row at a fashion show in years. So just to see everybody come out and support him, it's definitely going to be a memory in my mind for years to come, and definitely a moment for the culture. They also talked about how he wants to drive a paradigm shift in design and pop culture, and I think he definitely did that. He definitely did that with the show, where of course we're still talking about it. So I'm happy to see this. He also talks about growing up in Virginia Beach and how he started from there and now having a home. I live on a highway. I'm sorry. But they also, like, again, they talk about how he grew up, how he started in Virginia Beach and now has his new home in Paris, France, where he's currently working on, I guess, the next collection for Louis Vuitton. They didn't say what's to come yet. I did read most of the article, so we'll just have to wait and see. But I know it's gonna be dope. And these shots of him, he's always just been so dapper, and so he ages backwards. I need his skincare regimen. Ugh, he is a beautiful man. Beautiful. Anyway, so on to another major designer, perhaps one of the busiest in the fashion industry right now, Mr. Peter Do, honey, who it was just announced, not even, I don't even think it was 2 months ago, that we were talking about him taking over as creative director of Helmet Lang, which I'm so happy with. I know he's gonna kill it. The first time I ever laid eyes on a Peter Do collection, I was like, oh my God, this Helmet Lang reincarnated. It was giving me Helmet Lang, and consistently giving me Helmet Lang. And I always wondered what this would be like in my head. So just to see it, one of my many fashion views into the future come to life, I'm really excited. But he has added something else to his already busy schedule, girl. He is not only having a collection debut at New York Fashion Week for Helmut Lang, but also his own namesake brand. And now, right after that, he will be coming out with a collaboration collection with legendary, iconic um boutique Banana Republic. I consider Republic a boutique, but I was talking to a friend and they were like, "Girl, that's like the first ever Zara," and I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. Banana Republic has been around for such a long time. And I'm from Jersey, and listen, Banana Republic is just something that we wore, as kids. If you could afford, your parents could afford to shop there, you had, the chinos from Banana Republic and things like that. I think this is two brands that are perfectly matched coming together. He gave a little bit of a preview that I'm showing here right now. I guess these are a couple of pieces that are going to be coming from the collection. But man, so not one, not two, but three collections coming out within a month span time of each other. It's really inspiring to see designers and people who work in fashion just put their hands in multiple cookie jars, because you just never know when one thing is going to flop. You always have to have something to fall back on. I don't think any of this for him is going to flop at all. He's such a hit, and I see more and more celebrities wearing his brand and celebrating his brand and talking about how much they love his brand. It's really becoming, Peter Du has really become a household name within the last couple of years. So I'm really excited to see the rest of the pieces for Banana Republic. Huge shout out to Peter Du. Congratulations to you. On to the next hot topic. Doja Cat and Kylie Jenner are covering Harper's Bazaar's latest annual icon issue. Now, Doja Cat was just recently in the news. She basically got on Instagram Live or Twitter or one of them social media sites and was like, I don't love my followers. I don't know them. It's hard I guess she was basically saying like, it's hard for her to love people that she doesn't know, but she appreciates the love that she's been receiving. Well, after she said that, she lost 500,000 followers and everybody was making a big deal about it. And I was just like, if you think in 2023 that people actually give a fuck about how many followers you have or how many followers you gain or how many followers you lose, you got social media fucked up. I have not, and listen, I'm on social media all the time. I post all the time. I'm on there talking my shit all the time. I'm on there with my reels and my styles and my different sketches and all of that all the time. I have in the past, I'll say even before it became popular to stop worrying about it, I've stopped worrying about the followers. I've stopped worrying about the comments. Nobody really gives a fuck. I'm sure after the headlines broke that she lost 500,000 followers, another 1,500,000 went back to her page to see what all the fucking scuttlebutt was about. She is on the cover of Harper's Bazaar wearing Dolce & Gabbana. Listen, it's been a lot of stuff being said about Doja Cat. Yes, is she a little strange? Yes. She is definitely, her personality is definitely out of the norm, but I think that's what makes a great artist. People said the same thing about Grace Jones when Grace Jones first hit the scene. People were like, who is this? Why is she performing with a dildo as a microphone? Why is she licking people's faces? And she has become a worldwide treasure. Like, everybody loves Grace Jones. Another person that people found strange, ODB, Old Dirty Bastard. Like, he was really strange. Like, everybody was like, is he okay? Like, what is wrong with him? And these are the people that become just icons. This is the making of an icon, I feel, in Doja Cat. I feel like she is trying to stray away as far as possible from the norms. And she's doing a good job while also keeping people talking. I love the way she looks. She is photographed by Mario Sorrenti and she's styled by Edward Bowleg. I thought he nailed this. The looks are incredible. I loved her low-cut Caesar, platinum blonde. I love it. I love the no eyebrows. I like people that are different. Especially now when every girl we see has a fat ass, a tiny waist, long weave. You know, it's just refreshing. I think we're coming into a new era of pop culture where individuality is going to reign supreme. Listen, the BBL craze and all of this has been going on for like 10 or 12 years now. I think we're getting ready to see a shift, and I think Doja Cat is going to be the one to lead that charge. Now, as for our other cover girl, Miss Kendall Jenner, supermodel Kendall Jenner, I saw a lot of anytime there is a Kardashian in a headline, which she's not a Kardashian, I'm going to say a Kardashian or a Jenner in a headline, it creates a lot of animosity, it creates a lot of stress, and I really don't understand why. Like, they don't bother anybody, especially not this one. Like, you rarely hear about her out and about on the show. You know, she brings what she's supposed to bring to the show, but she's never brought any real drama to the show. She's never been in the headlines for being mean to anybody, but a lot of people were saying that she's not an icon and that she doesn't deserve to be on the cover and that she looks terrible. Listen, Kendall Jenner is beautiful. I think perhaps out of all five of the sisters, she's the most unique. I think she has a star quality about her. She is not as open with her personal life as her sisters. And to be a part of such a big machine and to kind of be like, listen, I don't want to put everything out there. It's something to be said for that. I do think that she is an icon. I do think that we will definitely be talking about Kendall Jenner 25 to 30 years from now. Abso-fucking-lutely. And, you know, stop shitting on people. If they're not bothering anybody, if they're not doing anything crazy, let them live. She is wearing Miu Miu. She was also photographed by Mario Sorrenti, and she is styled by Beat Bolliger. I mean, she looks fine to me. Listen, Kendall is a tomboy. Kendall Jenner don't give a fuck. Like, I'm sure she loves what she does, but when the makeup comes off and the hair extensions come out and she's home by herself, I can see Kendall Jenner playing fetch with her dogs and riding her horses and playing PlayStation and Xbox with whatever man, fabulous rich man she's dating at the time, and being like, that bitch probably don't even cut on the TV. I don't think she cares. Like, I really don't think she cares. I don't think she gives a fuck. So let the girl live. You know what I mean? Okay. I was going to talk about this, but I feel like I have to. And since it's Saturday, why not make it a shady Saturday? You know? Taylor Swift and Beyonce. Two of the biggest tours going on at the same time right now. Do I think it's a coincidence? No. Whose tour was planned first? I don't know. But my money is on B. Queen B. A lot of people have been comparing the two. They've been comparing their costumes. Ooh, my tits are a little cockeyed, but that's okay. They've been comparing their costumes. They've been comparing the vocals. I'm going to say that again. They've been comparing the vocals. It was even funnier the second time. They've been comparing the dance moves. Listen, I'm going to give my honest opinion about Miss Taylor Swift. And I hope I don't get into any trouble. I do think that she has a lot of talent. I think as a songwriter, and that pause was not shade. I'm thinking because my mouth is real quick. So I really got to think what I'm going to say before I say it. So if you get a dramatic pause, that's why. Again, I think she's a great songwriter. I think that she has a beautiful voice. I think that she does have influence and presence. I don't find her to be overtly problematic, but I'll also say this. I don't think that she is the most talented pop country crossover act that we have ever seen in our time. I don't get the Taylor Swift fandom. I don't get it. I've watched her for years. When Taylor Swift first hit the scene, I think I was like maybe 19, 20, 21, 22. She's been at this for a long time, and people love Taylor Swift. I don't get it. But then again, I'm a huge fan of Azalea Banks, and people think I'm fucking crazy. Like, how do you like this lunatic? I'm like, I like her music. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. Everybody's entitled to like who they like, you know. But I do think that she does a lot of, in my personal opinion, I do think she does a lot of things behind the scenes that aren't so nice. I think a lot of the success of her career has come out of making Kanye West the villain. If I got to watch this girl do one more interview and say, he really hurt my feelings, it's going to be 2045 and she's still going to be doing interviews about the time that Kanye West literally made her famous, because we didn't know who the fuck she was. We didn't really know who she was that night. Nobody was checking for her. We was laughing at Little Mama, interrupting Jay-Z and Alicia Keys. We was not thinking about you, Taylor. And somehow you have played the woe is me role into superstardom. I do believe that. I do believe that. I'm sorry. I said it. I do think that she has used her relationships for clout. You know, some things should be private. I get that you're writing about your experiences, and that's one of the things about country music. Country music is like reality music. Like, they really write about what they're going through into detail. But damn, it's like, girl, these people have lives and want to hold their privacy too. And to compare her to Beyonce is like comparing Jocelyn Hernandez, the Puerto Rican princess, hey May, to, I don't know, to Lauryn Hill. And I have to call it like I see it. It's a lot. It's not the black publications that are doing it. Please stop doing that. Please. Beyonce is the last of a dying breed. Beyonce is one of the only artists right now out who can sell an album and do numbers on a tour without being involved in any mess. The only one. Her and Adele. And every now and then Adele gets caught up in some shit. Not a whole lot, but every now and then you'll hear something about Adele. But no. Beyonce is the last of a dying breed. I was talking to my mom actually earlier this week, and I was like, you know, everybody's obsessed with nostalgia. And I was going to write a piece for Instagram about it, but I was like, you know what, I'm going to save it for my YouTube family. Everybody's obsessed with nostalgia, and even me, like, I refuse to watch Netflix. I refuse to watch anything new. Like, I'm still watching, like, Real World and Golden Girls and shit like that. And, girl, I've been watching Ricky Lake on YouTube, and because I miss the old times. And I was talking to my mom, and she said, perhaps people are missing the old times because everything is the same. Everything comes so quick now. I remember back in the day when, let's say, Beyonce and Destiny Child would come out with a record, that record would have to be so fucking good because you wasn't going to come out with another record for another year and a half, 2 years. And you have to stay relevant. So the music had to be that good in order for us to want to listen to it over and over and over and over and over. It wasn't no Spotify and Apple Music and all that where you could just upload a song real quick. It wasn't none of that. It was not none of that. Like, back in the day, like, you really had to have talent It had to be the whole package to hold people's attention for that long, because videos and images didn't just pop up on your phone and on your TV screens like that. Everything back then was prepared and curated. Everything now runs like reality TV. And I think that's what everybody's obsession is with the old days. And Beyonce comes from that era. You can't compare where you can't compete. Taylor Swift against Beyonce, really? And no shade on her. She's great at what she does, whatever that may be. But there's no artist living right now under the age of 40 can compare to Beyonce. I said it. And I'm not the biggest Beyonce fan. I used to be back in the day. And then me and her had a little bit of a falling out. I'm back on her bandwagon, but even yet and still, I'm not like Beyonce crazy like a lot of. I'm not a beehiver, but I can keep it real. Don't nobody get up on that stage and bounce around in 6-inch stilettos and tight ass bodysuits. Listen, I wear those same type of undergarments. They might not be the same brand, because my coin ain't as long as Beyonce, honey, not Miss Carter. But I wear them. I got one on right now. I could not imagine dancing around in all of that. 40 inches of wig. I could not. I couldn't. And now she's got her daughter up there. Honey, can we just say something about Blue Ivy? Is Blue Ivy not giving Beyonce on the debut album of Destiny's Child's No, 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 No? When they were all lined up and it was Latavia and Latoya and they had the all black patent leather on, real 90s makeup, just... I can't believe Blue Ivy is all grown up like this. Oh my God. But yeah. Stop comparing the two. There's no comparison. None. None. None! Don't do that. Don't sit up here on what the kids say. Don't sit up here on Beyonce's internet and disrespect her like that. Not for a bitch like Taylor Swift. I'm sorry. That career is built off of pity for what Kanye did 25 fucking years ago. Let's keep it. Let's. I'm not going to call the name I want to call because I have to be politically correct on the chat. But let's just call a spade a spade. Great artist. She has amazing songwriting talent. But she is not the ultimate showgirl. You cannot compare the two. You look stupid doing it. Not only that, Taylor Swift doesn't have every single designer in the world dressing her either. Okay? Before we go today, I just want to speaking of nostalgia, I really feel old because Ashley Olsen, one half of the legendary iconic Olsen twins, has given birth, reportedly. Now, I read it off from E! News, reported it. A bunch of news outlets were reporting that she gave birth. She's been married for quite some time now. One thing I will say about the Olsen twins, they made their money and they said, poof. Bye, motherfucker. We gone. We got the bag and we gone. We have not seen them in an interview. We have not seen them do anything. And now I know I love their fashion line, The Row. I'm a huge fan of that. But even that, they're not at the shows. I've never seen them at the show, not in recent years. There's something to be learned from these girls. They made so much money as little girls, and they continue to make so much money and be so successful. And again, they're from a generation that is the last of a dying breed. I don't have to shake my ass. I don't have to make babies and be messy on TV or on social media to get to my bag. I can get to my bag just as cute and quiet as possibly can be. Vital information for your everyday life. Just saying. Krishan. I said I was never going to say her name on here. Damn it! But yeah, I think that this is wonderful. Huge congratulations to her. I grew up watching them. I think they're a couple of years older than me. I'm 33. They might be like 36, 37. I think they are a couple of years older than me. And I don't know. I miss the old days, and just huge congratulations to them. Guys, it's been a great show. It hasn't been a whole lot going on, so I really didn't have a whole lot of hot topics. Um, it's the quiet before the storm before Fashion Week, which is another reason why I'm kind of taking a hiatus. I might go live for the first time on YouTube within those 2 weeks sometime if I find some time. Because I love to get up on here and talk my shit. I love it. My friends encouraged me to do it. My family encouraged me to do it, and I'm here. I'm enjoying it. It's been an amazing 11 episodes. Oh! I found Jaja's Atelier episode 9. So I will be posting that. I have to edit it and chop it up and put it all together. So sometime this week, I will be posting Jaja's Atelier episode 9. So I won't be gone too long. Anyway, guys, I will see you in 2 weeks. Tune in with me for New York Fashion Week. It's my favorite time of year. We're doing New York, then we're going to London, then we're going to Milan, and then we're going to the big finale in Paris. Stay tuned. Ciao.